Coming in at number 10, the very beautiful Stephanie McMahon Livesque. She is an American businesswoman and professional wrestling personality. She is the chief brand officer of WWE and appears as an on-screen authority figure and occasional wrestler. On both the Raw and SmackDown brands. Stephanie McMahon was born September 24, 1976. She is 44 years old. In 2003 she married Triple H. She went to school at Greenwich High School, Greenwich Country Day School, Boston University. At number 9. AJ Lee was born in New Jersey, where she escaped a rough childhood and found herself heavily influenced by her brother's interest in the WWE. She went on to graduate from high school and attended the New York Tisch School of Arts. After dropping out, she began to train full-time as a wrestler. Early in her career, she attended a tryout camp where she ended up moving on to an independent circuit. She began to fill in, worked her way up, and began making appearances on Raw and SmackDown. Lee is married to CM Punk and has worked in writing and film since her retirement. At number 8. Cassandra McIntyre goes by Peyton Royce in the ring and is an Australian wrestler and model. She works with Billie Kay as a tag team duo. Growing up, Royce lived in Melbourne and then Calgary to begin training. She made her rounds on the independent circuit before signing with WWE in 2015. She currently still wrestles and is also a main video game character on WWE 2K19 and 2K20. The highlight of her career is taking down the Women's Tag Team Championship. At number 7. Trish Stratus is one of the most notable WWE divas ever, and has been credited as an inspiration to the newer generation. She was born in Toronto, Canada, and started her career by playing soccer and field hockey. She studied at York University. Due to a strike, she began shooting for a Muscle magazine where she caught the eye of the WWF. Stratus began in 2000 as she was a hit right off the bat as she was alongside some of the bigger names in WWF history. Stratus became a part of the Big Three with Stacey Kidder and Toni Wilson, also wrestling at the time. She was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2013. At number 6. Toni Wilson is another WWE icon who was in the prime of the organization. She was born in Boise, Idaho, where she grew up cheerleading and developed an interest in modeling. This turned into a full-on pursuit as she moved to Los Angeles to begin with acting classes. Wilson's career in wrestling had a very odd start, as she attended a WCW show in 1999 and walked out to the ring with Scott Steiner. They had heavy interest after that as she continued in various storylines for the sport. Wilson's career took off as she made multiple appearances and also was on the cover of Playboy magazine. Wilson was inducted to the Hall of Fame class in 2019. Coming in at number 5. Lita. She was born Amy Christine Dumas, better known by her ring name Lita, is an American animal welfare activist, singer, and retired professional wrestler. She performs as a full-time wrestler with WWE. from 2000 to 2006 and has since made part-time appearances with the company. She was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2014. Born April 14, 1975, she is 45 years old from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. At number 4. We get a 2-for-1 special here. Be with the Bella Twins, as they are one of the most popular tag team deaths in WWE. Brie and Nikki Bella were born in California but spent their life in Scottsdale, Arizona. Both would bounce around the Southwest and end up in San Diego, where they pursued modeling and acting jobs. They were signed to developmental contracts with WWE before debuting in a few matches. Both would go on to be Diva champions and have successful careers. They will be inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2020. At number 3. Alexa Bliss is an incredible athlete as she competed in track, kickboxing, gymnastics, and softball growing up. She was also a cheerleader in college. Bliss has always had a knack for fitness as she was in various competitions growing up. She was signed to the WWE in 2013 in a developmental program and went on to win the Raw Women's Championship in 2017. She was a 3-time champion and also won the Tag Team Championship twice. Outside of wrestling, she enjoys cosplaying and is a fan of the Columbus Blue Jackets. At number 2. Cassandra Perry goes by the name Lana in the ring, and she has had quite the journey to her WWE career. She was born in Gainesville, Florida, and is mostly Portuguese and Venezuelan. Lana spent most of her childhood in Latvia, where she practiced ballet and went to Riga choreography school. She eventually moved to the US, where she danced in New York before going to Florida State University. After graduating, she went to Los Angeles, where she began acting and making music. She has appeared in various films and TV roles over the years. Lana would end up signing to WWE, where she developed a character with a Russian accent and debuted with Roost, who she is now married to. Now coming in at the number 1. Stacey Kidder. She is the reigning champ of these rankings every time they go out. You can span across the last 2 decades, and Kidder has not fallen off one bit. She was born in Maryland, where she went to Towson University and was a dancer growing up, focusing on jazz and tap dancing. At the age of 18, Kidder was a cheerleader for the Baltimore Ravens. She began doing modeling and wrote for fitness magazines before getting small roles in TV and movies. Kidder would make her debut in wrestling back in 1999, and she retired in 2006. She was, of course, added into the WWE Hall of Fame after numerous appearances and storylines over the last 20 years.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you'd like to see more videos like this, hit that like button and smash that subscribe.